simple life, no American Idol, but I get by. Wish I could tour with fifth wheel bus. Back to the real world, time to wake up, smell antifreeze. The man with big brothers bad to me. I got a blind date with destiny. I'm Mexican with an amazing race I get to be. Must stay out wickedly perfect, fear not a factor, making me nervous. I'm a survivor, collapsed on a planet deserted. That's the word, like a $10,000 pyramid scheme.
It's a sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, they're currently the third-place team in the East, which doesn't represent much of a change from their finish a year ago. They're one of the conference's elite teams again. Well, it was kind of a rough start to his NBA coaching career last year for David Blatt, but he stuck with it. Cavs turned things around, started winning. You heard fewer and fewer complaints about his style.
And a look across all the skyscrapers here in Cleveland, the site of our broadcast for tonight. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Hart. Looking at Chicago, they want to turn it around after that loss to the Celtics. And they were still in that one right up to the end, guys, but lost by a couple of buckets.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. And small and power forward, it's Dunleavy and Gasol. Jimmy Butler is out there with Brooks, and it's Noah in at the 5 spot. Now here's Love. 5 to shoot. Pass to Mozgov. Lets it go from 14. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Brooks outside. Gasol against Love. Gasol, no good. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
That's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. Here's Gasol. Following the basket by Kevin Love, and the shot is good.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Brooks against Irving. Mozgov a screen on Brooks. That's a 2 from Smith. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
Cavaliers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thank you, Doris.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
And the rejection by LeBron. On the wing, Irving. From outside the arc, and LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Irving. LeBron's got himself going there, his first points of the game in the deep ball. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And the basket good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against Los Angeles.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Now here's James. He picked up 24 points in their last one against the Clippers.
And 3 blocks on the game as well. I mean, he was going all out and making plays defensively. And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Here's Brooks. The Cavaliers making the shot. Mozgov with the block. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Bulls trail by 5. Brooks outside. Gasol setting the pick for Brooks. It's taken away by Smith. Now Cleveland moving it up. Irving's got the ball, and James throws it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
For three. J.R. Smith on the wing, defended by Dunleavy. Passes to Love for the three, and another three for Cleveland.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Butler kicks to Brooks. It's stolen by Smith. To the inside. And pushing it up is Cleveland. The Cavaliers again in transition.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Here's Brooks. Following the basket by LeBron James. There's the feed to Noah. There's a good screen. Here's Gasol. And it falls over the rim and in. Gasol's got his 3rd basket of the night.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
LeBron against Butler. LeBron dishes to Mozgov. Back to LeBron. Nobody near Irving. But they get it back. James kicks to Irving. Poked loose.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Brooks with it. He's picked up by Irving. Here's Gasol. Here's Noah. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Joakim Noah. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Kevin Love. The past month has been surreal. 3rd in three-point shooting. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And he's the type of three-point specialist that doesn't need a ton of shots to rack up points.
Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Now here's Brooks. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season, seem to think that he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for the Bulls. It's Williams with the drive. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. And a little up that time, but it drops. And the Cavaliers lead by 8.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on. Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Now, here is Irving. His last outing, he had 18 points. Love with the buckets.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Mirotic has a wide-open look. Love grabs the board.
And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
Williams, that's good.
Well, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
And here's Heinrich. Maurice Williams letting it go from 3. Gibson a screen. Gasol a screen on Irving. Heinrich passes to Gasol. 5 on the clock.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Varejao comes in for Thompson. And Shumpert in there for Kyrie Irving. And Chicago also making a switch. Snell's checked in. And here's Love for 3. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Varejao's shot is good.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start exactly what they were hoping for.
Now here's Gibson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Williams up on top, guarded by Heinrich. And here's Love for 3, and he gets it to go. Love's got 10.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Fades back. Gasol with another miss. Here's Shumpert. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 13. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
Go back and I'm able to, read the scouting report, and also when I get to the arena, I also watch more film on each and every guy that's going to be playing. Guys.
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there, caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms of preparation. Some guys get it and some guys don't, but he's a perfect example of what proper preparation means in terms of preventing a poor performance.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passes. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Taking a look at the Bulls. The big men are Gibson and Noah. Brooks is out there with Tony Snell. And it's Mirotic in at the small forward. And the Bulls making a change here. Dunleavy's checked in. Now here's Brooks. Kicks it to Gibson. Nice D from Varejao.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Williams. Following the miss by Taj Gibson. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Mozgov and a missed layup.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Here's Snell, defended by Jefferson. Snell, that's good.
Tony Snell.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Dishes to Varejao. On the wing, Shumpert. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Use that pick to get in close.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Varejao. James comes in for Jefferson. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Mo Williams. And Chicago also making a switch. Butler, he's checked in for Tony Snell.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set. And you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Shumpert's got 5 points so far.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Bulls trail by 18. Brooks outside. Feeds it to Butler. And the layup's good off the glass. And talking about Iman Shumpert, he seemed to learn from working with LeBron and Kyrie last year.
Yes, Shumpert was brought over for his defense, clearly, but as a bonus, his offense improved and got better. Now let's see if he can build on that going forward.
Here's Mozgov. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Tries it from 9. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They are the huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
And Cleveland making a change here. Smith is checked in. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Brooks outside. He dishes it to Gibson. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Brooks with it. He's picked up by Irving. Brooks outside. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Cavaliers leading by 18. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pass to Mozgov. It's rebounded by Noah. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Thompson against Gibson, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
And that one's good by Noah. Here's James. He's got 9. Mozgov sets a screen for James. An easy layup after coming off the pick. LeBron's got 11.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Bulls trail by 19. Now Brooks. Noah with a screen on Irving. The drive by Brooks. For three, Dunleavy. Rebound by Smith.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Here's Brooks. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Here's Gibson. Can't get it to go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
And it goes back to what's been their strength, really, on the interior. From a defensive standpoint, they just defended the rim as well as you could.
Yeah, I thought it was really impressive the way they did it, guys. They were alert, they were active, they were aware, and their reaction to shots was outstanding.
Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. You know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired it and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
Kevin Love's checked in for Mozgov. 6 on the shot clock. Smith outside from deep. That's in there. Love with the assist. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him. Talking about Dunleavy, boy, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then. And that's over a decade later.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And getting back to Dunleavy's consistency here in his later years, he's one of those guys who has really ramped up the nutrition. He's hitting the weight room. I could make the case that he was a tougher, better player last year, especially on defense, than at any other time in his career.
Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Chicago. Mirotic, the screen. Gasol, a screen on Irving. Brooks dishes to Gasol. Back to Brooks. From deep. You know what? Some solid defense there from Irving. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He told them to always have their eyes up, always be looking for passing lanes and ways to get the ball into the low post. That was the brunt of his message. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
Thank you, Doris. He feeds it to James. And Love has it in the corner. Another miss by Love.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
Now here's James following the miss by Kirk Heinrich. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
A different look now for Cleveland. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Thompson. And Mo Williams subbed in for Irving. And the Bulls making a change also. Tony Snell's checked in for Aaron Brooks. Now here's Heinrich. He has 5. There's a screen. Butler kicks to Heinrich. Jumper off the screen. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Love with the screen on Heinrich. To the paint and stolen by Mirotic. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. It's Butler that time on the assist by Heinrich. Butler's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Now here's Love. He had 22 points in the win against the Clippers.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev. That also was a factor.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And that one's good. 7 points for Butler.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
James against Butler. James left side. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
And Chicago has possession. 1:11 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Heinrich. Here's Gasol. A beautiful reverse layup. Gasol's got 11 points.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Now here's James. 13 points in the game. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. For Cleveland, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And the technical free throw is good.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Jefferson's checked in for James. And it's Iman Shumpert in for Smith.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Williams against Heinrich. Rebound by Anderson Varejao.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Outside Williams. The pass to Varejao. And Love has it in the corner. Takes it off the glass. Love's got 12.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Gasol. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. 13 points in the game. Shumpert gets a wide open look. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Cavaliers lead by 21.
LeBron, you dominated the backboards. What allowed that to happen?
We know coming into the game it's a very good shooting team, and can be a lot of offensive rebounds at times. They miss shots, and all 5 guys got to get in and help each other defensively and clean up the rebound. So that was a point of emphasis, and it's good to see that we're doing that so far.
A team effort, no doubt, LeBron. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. We've been watching a pretty lopsided game through the first half, that's for sure. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined again by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. LeBron James putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. It's really great to see him back to what appears to be top form coming off the injury. There's a sense of reassurance that he's healthy after the first 2 quarters back. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, first of all, Ernie, they were atrocious on the boards. Getting tough on the glass has got to be the first thing they address. There is no...
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
What a game for LeBron. 13 points and a steal. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
And it's hard to say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Mozgov in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. James, the pass to Mozgov. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That's good for Mozgov.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe. Bulls trail by 21. Brooks outside. To the middle. Here's Gasol. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Cleveland leading by 18. And here is James. The dish to Smith. The three-pointer, no good. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
The drive by James and stolen by Butler. Irving against Brooks to the inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebound and the shot blocking you want. But then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
Chicago calls timeout.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason, Smith began to post some of the better numbers of his career, helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key. And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Cleveland leading by 14. For J.R. Smith playing alongside LeBron and Kyrie last season, he knew he had a chance for a ring. You know, Clark, he played like it most of the time.
He sure did. I mean, instead of having to create offense, the offense was created for him, served up perfectly for him, and all he had to do was knock down open jumpers, and as a result, the shooting percentages rose after the trade. 4 for 5 so far. That's their first miss of the second half.
2 summers ago, all anyone could talk about was LeBron James and the return to Cleveland.
I mean, you couldn't write that stuff, Kevin. I mean, it was unbelievable, the storyline. I mean, after all the acrimony between LeBron and the ownership as well as the fans, but you know what? He said it best. He truly is back where he belongs.
He's home. Yes. He's home.
And, you know, for LeBron, he knew he had his work cut out for him in Cleveland. A younger team unseasoned in the playoffs. They had to remake the roster a bit and gain that experience.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
And that one's good. LeBron's got 17.
And LeBron and the Cavs, I think they'll have a chance to bring that long-awaited championship to the city of Cleveland. But LeBron's return was bigger than basketball. He said it was about hope and inspiring his home state, and no doubt that was accomplished in his first year.
Mozgov, a screen on Brooks. Irving dishes to Mozgov. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 12 points for Timofey Mozgov.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Here's Dunleavy, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Bulls have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
And the Cavaliers making a change here.